Sometimes you gotta be spontaneously random and just bullshit.
Sometimes you do.
Helps to grease the wheels.
And sometimes you just have to suck off the doorman.
I don't think we should get into that. That's a door I'd rather leave closed for the moment.
It was cracked and then I reopened it.
Just so you know, this is a story involving Trisha and not me at all. I have never, nor will I ever, suck off a doorman.
You kidding me right now?
Are you serious right now, bro?
Are you joking?
Are you fucking kidding?
Well, welcome to the Dead Pixel Gaming podcast.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I'm leaving that in.
Good.
I'm gonna leave that in.
I'm glad. That's professional.
So professional right now.
Yeah. So
anyway.
So hi.
Hi.
I'm Ross. I'm the one that's going to be sitting talking bullshit and laughing and not being funny at all.
And hopefully talking about gaming at some point.
Yeah, and, now and then we'll try and fit that.
Getting our name right occasionally.
Yeah, we're the Pixel Game.
50% of the time, if we could get it kind of right, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but anyway, welcome to the Dead Pixel Gaming Podcast, the first official Dead Pixel Gaming Podcast.
I feel like we should have fireworks.
Probably should.
Beep, 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 just the sound effect.
Yeah. And this intro is probably the most professional part of the podcast.
Welcome.
BJ. Yeah, so if you're looking for some serious gaming podcast, you're probably in the wrong place because most of this is just going to be random gibberish, bullshit, chit chat, with the occasional remark about games. But we'll try and fit on.
Yeah.
How about that local sports team, huh? Scored a touchdown / goal.
Goal?
Yeah, I think so.
In the net?
Yes, I believe so.
It's possible.
So I suppose we should probably start off the first podcast by actually talking about gaming.
Yep, we should probably do that.
So, games. They're fun.
Yep.
End podcast.
Now, before this whole thing started, we were actually kind of trying to map this out a little bit as to what we were going to talk about. So, this whole session, hopefully, will kind of in a roundabout way be about what initially got you into gaming and possibly what game made you a gamer. So just chew on that for a second.
Let your mind digest.
Digest that.
Yeah. So my earliest memory of gaming, I was really young, man. It was my dad brought home a NES, and I can't remember the first game I played. It was either Super Mario Bros. Or a game called Rescue. Have you ever played that?
No.
It's hard to describe.
What's it about?
It's it's kind of imagine a sort of Rainbow Six game for the NES in 8-bit style. You're no, it's fucked up, man. You play a sort of SWAT team, and you've got to, find your way, get your way into this building. So sneak in. It's a sort of 2D platformer to start with. You've got to avoid spotlights and sneak into an embassy.
Yeah.
And the second bit kind of switches up, and it's like a sniping stage sort of thing. It's it's a real mixed bag, and it's a short game to complete as well. You can finish it in 5-10 minutes, but it's got so much replayability in it. It's fantastic, and I think that's what really hooked me at the start, is just how many different game types were in this one video game. I just thought all games at this point would be like that. I just remember the excitement of me being a kid, finally getting to the next level. And level 2 would be totally different from the first. Just the excitement. It's oh my god, we get to do something totally different. And it just it hooked me from the start. I was this is it.
Was that on Super Nintendo?
No, just NES, just original Nintendo. I was really young at the time when I played these games.
That's crazy. Do you remember how young you were?
Well, I think it was just before I started primary school. So, oh god, I don't even know what age it would be. When do you start primary school? I'm going to guess 5 or something. I think it's 5 or 6, yeah. Not 100%
sure. I don't know about. Scotland, but
Yeah, Scotland's a pretty fucked up place. We don't even go to school here. That's it. You
they
just
just
grow
you,
up
as
on the
soon as you hit
streets.
5, they're just like, you're old enough, go get a fucking job.
Yeah, that's it. They just give you a kilt and tell you to go out of the cave and start hunting fucking for
You need
haggis.
to start learning bagpipes.
Yeah, that's it. I've got that shit down to a T. I am the fucking Eddie Van Halen of bagpipes.
Can you actually play bagpipes?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Oh, shit. That's probably not the best thing I've heard today.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Disappointment and anguish.
Do you know, I think I've only met like 3 Scottish people in my life that can actually play the bagpipes.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. And that's, I've only ever seen them at like a wedding or, some public event. But like, you don't know, like everyone seems to think shit like that goes on over here all the time. But there's like, I know no one that even knows how to pick up a set of bagpipes.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
You just
Stereotyping
expect to like fly in and be greeted by bagpipes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Scotland's totally different from that.
Yeah, if there are ever gonna be like any Scottish listeners, they're gonna hate me.
If there's ever going to be any Scottish listeners, they're probably going to hate me too. But I don't give a
Alright,
fuck,
cool.
bitches!
We have that in common.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone hears Scottish, comment and tell me how fucking shit bagpipes are. Oh, that's going to get me so much hate. I didn't mean that.
Well, it's already out there. There's nothing you can do about it now.
God damn it, I regret that already.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, you played a couple. Did you play like a lot of Nintendo games, like first Nintendo?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, by the time I got it, I'm gonna guess it was like 94, 95. So Super Nintendo's kicking around, and I don't know the first thing about that. I'm still hooked on my NES.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like all the other games I played as a kid. Like Mick Kids when I was a kid. I loved that shit. Just you don't know any better. I mean, it's not a fucking terrific game, but playing that as a child, you're like, holy shit, this game is the bomb. You're just glad for every little fucking game you can get your hands on. You're like, oh, these are all amazing games. And looking back now, you're like, these are the biggest piles of fucking shit I've ever clapped eyes on. Like have you ever played Star Wars for the NES?
No.
Oh, you start off, man, and you're in like a speeder, and you don't know where the fuck you're going. It's like a sort of open world thing. So there's just all these caves like going around the place, and you don't know the fucking first place to go. You really don't know where to start. And I can't even think back now. Like if I had to play that game now, I wouldn't know where to go, and I'd just probably give up with the game. But as a kid, like a young child playing this game, I persevered with it and managed to get reasonably far in the game. And doing that shit, like there was no tutorials, didn't tell you where to go, and you just had to figure that out. And whereas I think like games today just totally spoon feed you, like tell you exactly where to go. If you don't get there quick enough, they give you like a direct arrow or a compass pointing you which way to go.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. There's not as much discovery and things like that. So
I totally agree. I can't remember who I was talking about this with the other day, but I was thinking the exact same thing. There wasn't any tutorials or anything like that. There's just like, remember when you would hear something from your friend and they would like tell you about a secret? They'd be like, if you fucking jump up and down and sprint around right here, then you'll get like a special key or something. But you only heard about that shit through word of mouth.
Yeah. Oh, the days of that are totally gone. One of my pet hates is like picking up a new video game. And the first thing it makes you do, like, I don't play these games very often. In fact, really rarely. But say you pick up a Call of Duty game. Most people that pick up one know what they're doing, but they always spoon feed you this fucking endless tutorial level. To shoot the gun, press the right trigger. It's like, get the fuck out of my face. Stop wasting my life with this bullshit. We all know how to do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like every other shooter that's ever fucking been.
Yes. I know. It's like, who's going to pick up Call of Duty for the first time and not have a fucking clue what to do? It just...
Well, I can totally understand, like, if they had an optional tutorial level, because me being kind of like a late bloomer as far as gamers go, like a lot of people that I know started gaming from a really young age, and I didn't actually even start until like high school, so I can totally understand gamers start at all different ages, but at least make that shit optional.
Yeah, like old games like the one that's jumping back to my mind because I've mentioned it now is like the original Rainbow Six. It's like you can jump right into the action, and to be fair, you probably won't know what you're doing. But they have a tutorial right there on the main menu. You can check that out if you don't know what to do. But I
Mhm.
hate being forced to sit through like a 45-minute scripted like level just
Mhm.
talking you through all like, oh, this is how you jump. This is how
You're
you
like,
crouch
a
under
fucking
objects.
A has always been jumped since the beginning of time.
Unless a game's got like special sort of unique features to it, like say like psyops or something where you got
Right.
telekinesis, I like to just jump headfirst into a game. And first thing you do is what does A button do? What does X do? And you go around the controller and you work out what to do.
Mhm.
That's the way I like to like play my games.
Mhm.
But I don't know. A lot of games these days just infuriate me, which
No,
is probably
I
why I'm
totally
more of
agree.
a I just focus on like playing retro games most of the time.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Mm.
I'm fucking playing the Wolf Among Us right now,
I'm so
halfway
jealous.
through,
So,
and I can't wait.
what's your thoughts on it so far? How are you enjoying it?
It's fucking amazing. Well, I played The Walking Dead season 1, and
Mm,
I fucking cried like a little bitch at the end of that game. That game is
mm,
amazing. Um, so this one, I wasn't quite sure what to expect because the first Telltale game was obviously amazing. It got Game of the Year.
yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if they can follow it up. A lot of companies can't seem to handle that, but this game has totally lived up to it. A completely original story, very engaging. You
Mm.
care about the characters, even though it's kind of like, I guess you could say, a silly premise because they're like fables. Uh, but I don't know. I care about the characters. I like it a lot.
Those
But
games, they're based off like a comic series or something, aren't they?
I think it's a graphic novel.
Yeah, I heard someone mentioning it one time and it sounded really cool, but I never got around to checking it out.
Yeah, that's just a game. Like, I don't know. I feel like it appeals to everybody. You know,
Mm.
any like from the casual gamer to a hardcore gamer, it can be anybody. It's a fucking solid story and great characters. Anybody could get into it.
What I find with they kind of games, with Wolf Among Us, I've only played the first chapter or
Yeah,
the first section of the game.
yeah.
But with games like that and Walking Dead, where they give you multiple choices, like which character to save, what action to take, and it
Mm-hmm.
really affects the story. I find myself like making multiple saves, and I'll like go through the whole game, exploring every route available.
Mm-hmm.
Just I find like I don't know, I need to do that. I need to
Yeah.
know everything that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really weird with shit like that.
No, I don't think it's weird. I think it's a smart choice by the developers to make it like that because a lot of games have been promising to have that kind of a mechanic for quite a long time, and they
Mm,
haven't really delivered. And this arcade game comes out of nowhere and it does it better than any game that I've seen ever.
mm.
It's surprising, but it's awesome.
So do you like any other point and click adventure games? Like, did you ever play Monkey Island or Day of the Tentacle or, you know,
No,
oh, you need
I've heard of Monkey Island.
you
Not like
need to
point and
check that
click,
out.
but I used to play. We had this arcade, like pretty close to where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was younger, I used to go there and play House of the Dead all the time.
Mm.
Not really point and click, but it's like
Mm.
a little
It's
shooter.
on Rail Shooter, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Ah,
a super fun game.
I love that. That's like oddly enough, that's two of my favorite genres, like point and click adventure games and on rail shooters. There's just something about on rail shooters. It's just it
Hmm.
reminds me of being a kid and being in arcades, like
Yeah,
House of the Dead and Virtua Cop and stuff like that. I love all
yeah,
that shit.
that was a super fun game. I think that's on Wii now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
I've
I'm pretty
got it.
sure it is.
In fact, yeah, I've got House of the Dead 2 and 3 for the Wii.
Yeah.
There's quite a few good on rail shooters for the Wii. Like you got those two Resident Evil games, is it Umbrella and Dark Side Chronicles.
Yeah.
The Dead Space one's out as well. There's a couple of like really arcadey, sort of simplistic ones, but the Wii's like a solid console, man. It's got
Yeah.
a lot of on rail shooters. You haven't got a Wii, have you?
No, I don't.
Oh, you need to pick one up, man. You can get one really cheap now.
Really?
Mm. I think there's a lot of like garbage games out for it, like a lot of third party shit and games that are basically just like little software add-ons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some really good games out there if you just dig into the library.
Hmm.
It's such an underrated console.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't had a huge interest in getting a Wii. I've heard of a few games. The only one where I was like, I would maybe pick up a Wii for that was when Skyward Sword was announced.
Oh, I fucking love Zelda, man. Have you played that yet, or have you still?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, just fucking end this podcast. Go get a Wii and go get Skyward Sword,
Go play it
and
right
and
now.
you can thank me in a couple of days.
I would consider it.
So you're a big
It looks
Zelda
so
nerd, aren't you?
fun. I like Zelda, yeah. I love Zelda. I
What
don't
would you
know who
say?
doesn't like Zelda.
What would you say your favorite Zelda game is?
Well, of course, I'm inclined to say go with the N64, but I don't know. Like I like all of them. I liked Wind Waker a lot. I liked Majora's Mask. I like all of them.
Majora's Mask's like one of the few in the series that I haven't played to completion.
Really.
I don't know why. It's one of the ones that never appealed to me when I played it the first time. I mean, coming from a hardcore Zelda nut, I played it and I was like, I'm not sure I can get used to this. I mean, right after Ocarina of Time, it's similar, but the whole sort of time mechanic thing just threw me off a little,
Yeah.
and I've not went back to it since. So it's
I don't
something
know.
I
As
definitely.
far as just like when I think of Zelda, I think of Ocarina of Time, but all of them I think are good in their own ways. Each
Yeah.
one kind of did something different with the series, which I respect that because each one of them did really well. But I guess it
Did you
all
ever
comes
play?
back to Ocarina. What?
Sorry, did you ever play any of the Zelda games for the CDI?
No.
Oh, those were fucking atrocious.
Really?
Have you never heard of them?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you need to look them up. They released a couple of games for the CDI. What was it? It was like Hotel Mario, and then there was like two or three Zelda games, and
Yeah.
they're really sketchy. They've got like voice acting in it and cutscene. Oh, they are disgraceful,
I
man.
think I hate to be like a name dropper right now, but I'm pretty sure like years ago I watched Angry Video Game Nerd. I'm pretty sure I watched him
Yeah,
play a few of those on the CDI.
yeah, he did. He's done a video on that, and it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. Those were just horrible. Like I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Mm, nah, it was pretty poor.
Which one would you say is your favorite?
Um, well, it's probably most people's favourites, but Ocarina of Time's got to be up there because that's I probably out of all the Zelda games, Ocarina of Time, sorry, is probably the one I've invested the most time to. Like the amount of playthroughs I've done of that game is just absurd, man. But Link to the Past, that was the first game I got when I got my Super Nintendo, and I loved that shit, man. That game is just it's
See,
so
I've
fucking.
heard like amazing things about that, but I personally never got that many games on like Nintendo or Super Nintendo. Like when I started actually playing more games with my brother was like Nintendo 64 and forward.
Well, here's another reason why you should get a Wii then, because you could pick all them up for the online store, the virtual console.
Really?
You should definitely check out Link to the Past.
That's rad.
I don't know anybody that's got a bad thing to say about that game. Like it's just super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
In fact, you can get it for I'm pretty sure they released it for the Game Boy Advance as well.
See, and that's another thing. Like, I know I'm probably selling a lot of consoles short just because I'm being fucking elitist or something. I don't know. But, like, after Game Boy Color, I didn't like any of the Game Boys. Like, I was like Game Boy Advance, and after that, I was just like, nah, I don't need that. I'm not gonna buy that. And when the fucking like 3DS and shit came out, I'm like, no, that's fucking stupid. Who's playing that? But I've heard here and there that there's some good games that I'm probably missing out on.
Oh, definitely, man. If you've not played the DS, like if you've not picked up a DS, you should pick one of them up, man. There's some good. You like all your RPG games? There's some really good RPGs on it.
Really?
Same as the Wii, actually. I'm not. This whole podcast is pretty much gonna make you get a Wii, but there's some really good JRPGs.
That's what we'll title it. Trisha gets a Wii.
Yeah, that's it. make Trisha get a Wii U, or a Wii, sorry. Yeah, there's some really good like JRPGs on the Wii, and there's some good RPGs on the DS as well. Like they've got like a Chrono Trigger on there, and there's loads of amazing games.
Can't you download that on Xbox now too? Chrono Trigger?
Download Chrono Trigger.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I'm thinking of Contra.
Alright, yeah, close enough. They both begin with C's.
Yeah.
Contra's one of those games that I've always wanted to be good at, and I just fucking can't get it. I'm sick at, like, a lot of my friends, like, you know, Ken and that, they're dynamite
Ken
at that
is
game.
super good at Contra.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But I played it with John a couple of weeks ago. This is, you know, two other guys you're probably going to hear on a podcast at some point. Yeah, I played that with John a couple of weeks ago, and the both of us fucking suck at Contra, man. It's unbelievable how bad we are. Like, we can clear the first couple of levels, and then we just lose all coordination. Like, you know the level where you've got to scroll vertically, like, upwards, up the rocks? Oh, man, like, he just... I keep, like, running ahead and forgetting I've got to wait for him to catch up, otherwise, you know, the screen just moves upwards, and he dies, so we lose so many lives at that, but I suppose it's just like anything else, you need to practice it, but, oh, man. I just like to blast through games. I don't like to think about other people. Like, if I'm playing a co-op game, I'm like the most selfish motherfucker you can meet. I'm like, yep, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go do lots of cool shit, and you can go stand behind me and just do whatever, man.
I fucking suck at platformers.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm really bad at them. Like, ever since the fucking beginning of time, it feels like, when, like, Super Mario came out and stuff, I still am not good at Super Mario. I can play, like, Mario 64, but Super Mario I'm not good at. I just downloaded Battle Block Theater, and I really want to play at it. I really want to play at it.
I really want to play at it.
I can't talk today, but I know I'm gonna suck ass at it. I'm gonna play it anyway. I'm gonna force myself to play it, but I know I'm not gonna be good.
Yeah,
I'll get frustrated and rage quit within like 5 minutes.
Were you ever on Skype call or Xbox chat when I was playing Super Meat Boy?
I don't think so. That's another one. Like, it looks... I could watch someone play that all day, but I know I couldn't play it.
So I started... In fact, you've seen my video on Vine. Me and Kevin were playing it about this time last year. And Kevin, he is so fucking good at this game. And I'm sitting watching him going, this is easy. Everyone says this game's fucking rock hard. Give me a shot. I picked it up. And we were playing this stupid drinking game, which was my idea. And I regretted this quickly after suggesting it. Every time you die, you have to take a drink. And, like, I was hammered in, like, 25 minutes. Because I was dying all the fucking time. He was basically just round there pouring my next shot, pouring my next drink. Oh, man, it was such a bad fucking night. And I was getting so frustrated because I was like, I seriously can't drink anymore, mate. This is it. And then, dead. Oh, for fuck's sake. Every time. Oh, man.
Can't even imagine that. I would be
I haven't...
dead.
I mean, you know I'm like a completionist in my games. Like, I like to finish everything possible. But that's like one game I had to sit to the side and go, nope, you know what? You're going to be a massive pussy, but you're not going to fucking do this. It was getting to the stage where I just wanted to just fucking Chris Benoit my family. That was a horror. Can we... No, let's not hear that. That was horrible. I don't... Oh,
let's not relive it.
Anyway.
So we've been jumping around from topic to topic. So what got you after, like, Super Nintendo? What's the next, like, milestone game that you remember that you were like, yes, I fucking love this game?
So, like, me and my friends, when we were in school, we demolished Super Nintendo. We just used to play that all the time. But the next big thing was when everyone at my school discovered, you know, the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
For the Game Boy. Oh, that shit just consumed my life for such a long time.
Me too.
I remember, like, all the batteries I must have went through on my Game Boy. Just continually playing through the Elite Four, trying to get, like, my level 100 Charizard. Oh, man.
So, was Charmander your first choice?
I think so. I've played through the games, like, loads of times, but I'm pretty sure I went with Charmander the first time.
I'm pretty sure I went with Squirtle my first time. But
really? I had you as a sort of Bulbasaur kind of person.
Well, now you're so spot on because now if I were to go like choose somebody, I would for sure do Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur.
Sure.
Am I fucking drunk? Am I wasted?
You
I'm
might well
fucking
be.
wasted. I would definitely choose Bulbasaur, but back in the day, I'm pretty sure I chose Squirtle.
Mm.
Blastoise is awesome when you finally get him, when you finally evolve, but it takes so goddamn long to get there.
What's like the middle stage for Squirtle again? Like Squirtle something Blast. It was like the middle one fucking sucked.
I don't know, man. You just fucking stumped me. I should know that, but I
It was.
don't.
Oh shit. To the internet.
To the internet!
Oh
Have
man.
you? I
Yeah.
threw my fucking phone away from me.
Yes, I'm doing this right now.
Alright, look that
Live
up.
on the podcast.
You fucking look it up.
My exact Google. What does Squirtle evolve into? I hope
I
no
saw
one
this
looks through
really
that.
fucking sick drawing of the. Now I know I'm gonna say that. I can't even think of the first version of this, but it was Evolution 2 Machamp.
The what?
Machamp.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm with you.
What's the fucking first?
Machop?
Yeah, Machop. And then fucking.
It was Machop and then Machoke, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. God damn it.
God. I'm fucking it's all
so
coming back to me
long.
now.
Did you keep following after the first 150?
Yes, but not for very long. I got a copy of Pokemon Gold. Like I never really watched the show that much. I didn't, I'd watch it if it was on,
I
but I
watched
wasn't
it a bit.
massively into it. But I got a copy of Pokemon Gold, and I learned them through the game, like whatever the second generation or whatever. But after that, I just lost track. Like the first ones like red and blue and yellow, and then gold and silver. After
Yeah.
that, they're good. But anything after that, it didn't grab me at all.
That's what I keep hearing from people. Is Ken was like, "Oh yeah, you really need to get gold and silver and play that," because I stopped after red, blue, and yellow.
Right. We interrupt this important bullshit to bring you some important news. Squirtle evolves into War Turtle,
Oh shit, that's right.
and
He's got the fucking weird like ram horns, doesn't he?
yeah, he's basically just a Squirtle with some fucked up teeth, some massive ears, and I don't know if that's meant to be a tail, but that is the gimpiest looking thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Blastoise is so fucking OP once you finally get him.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. He takes shit from no one.
No, he doesn't. But
Blastoise is no one's
Squirtle
bitch.
sucks ass and Wartortle sucks ass.
Mm.
You know who's my favorite Pokemon is probably Gengar, but I never took the time to get him because you have to fucking trade to actually get him. Ghastly and
Haunter?
yes.
Oh my god, I am the king of Pokemon. I'm never gonna get laid again.
Ghastly and Haunter. Haunter's really good once you actually get him. He's alright. I kept him for the game. I'm gonna seem like such a Pokemon noob. I can't fucking remember anybody's names.
And I'm just the king of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's me. I feel like king shit in this bitch. My favourite Pokemon when I was young, in fact, it probably still is. I used to really like Articuno. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
It's like one of the legendary ones. I think it's like
Yeah,
the
they're
ice
fucking
bug.
so hard to get. If you take the time
yeah.
to get them, then you deserve to be that OP.
I remember when I was a kid, one of my friends, he was a fucking asshole. We used to battle with the little the link cables, and I used to whip his ass all the time because he would use the glitch. I don't really know what you got to do. And you get like rare candy. You get like an infinite supply of it to level them up.
Oh no!
And I would I would spend all the time to level them up like a real fucking geek, and I would whip his ass all the time. So I remember like leaving my Game Boy lying, and I went downstairs to get like a drink or something, and come back up, and this motherfucker had released my Articuno, and I was so fucking raging. Do you know? I think that's probably my first fight I ever got into. I swung a punch at that motherfucker.
I would fucking throw punches over
I
that.
came up with
You don't give away someone's Articuno. Jesus Christ.
yeah. I looked at my party, like I think we're going to battle again, and I was like, I've only got 5 Pokemon. I was like, okay, so where's my you motherfucker? And I just looked at him.
Motherfucker, I know what you did.
I don't know if he released them or if he traded them at his profile. Actually, I'm assuming he's released them. Either way, the motherfucker done something to me.
Steal it?
Maybe he can. Here's the first question to people that may or may not be listening to this podcast: can you release Pokemon? Because if you can, rest in peace, Articuno. I've always loved you.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Just take a moment to remember my precious Articuno.
In the arms of the angel.
Jesus Christ.
Just flash up the Articuno's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me think of Pokemon Snap.
I
played Pokemon Snap so goddamn much.
I've got that game sitting right next to me, man. Like I've got my N64 sitting within an arm's reach away from me.
Fun.
Oh, so
that's
good.
like, isn't Articuno's on the cave level with fucking Jinx, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. You have to like play the flute, and then it'll like burst out of the egg. Same with like
I fucking love the flute.
Yes, is this flute?
Oh shit, that's my jam.
That's my jam. I think it's the same with no. Well, it's similar with Moltres. In the
you got to play the saxophone to get Moltres to come out. Oh.
No, there's Pikachu like hanging out by the egg, and then you gotta like throw apples to get Pikachu to come by the egg, and then you play the flute, and Pikachu will start shooting out lightning everywhere, and then Moltres comes out. I swear to God, that's how you do it.
That just sounds fucking nuts.
It does sound nuts. I know all the tricks.
I think that should be one of the first games you and I do a Let's Play of, is Pokemon Snap.
I will show you how to do everything. I literally played that game an ungodly amount.
That's fantastic. I just played it casually. I think I played it maybe 2 or 3 times through.
I know how to get all the best Pokemon picks.
You know your shit.
Yeah. Just so at the end, Professor Oak would be like, impeccable!
Did you ever play Pokemon Stadium?
Yes.
Oh man, remember the announcer or the
Oh my
commentator?
God. I'm so glad you said that, because I was just about to say that. They had the most ridiculous commentary.
Yeah.
Wow! Pikachu is down! Looks like he's down for the count.
We should look at the credits, try and find out who done the voice for that. I want to track him down. We should get like an interview with him.
Yeah,
a critical hit! Pikachu is dead!
It's super effective!
It's super effective!
I think there's an option to actually turn them off, because they knew when they were making that game that people would get sick of their voices.
Do you think that's maybe just that guy's like genuine voice? Like
he just walks forward, "Hi, my name is Dave."
And he just goes to pick up chicks. Like, "Hi, would you like a beverage of some kind?"
It's super effective.
Yeah, it's like a successful pickup line, and he's just like slamming into a chick. Critical hit!
Oh my God. When did this turn into fucking Pokemon Hour?
I don't have a clue. I apologise to anyone that's like just thought, oh, this might be a nice new gaming podcast.
Educational, no.
Yeah.
No. Definitely not.
Never on point. We've not been on topic at all, have we?
No. I don't think so. But that is okay, because, now we know that the second evolution of Squirtle is a war turtle.
Yep.
We know that.
What else have we learned? Articuno really fucking loves the flute.
Mm-hmm. And so does, Moltres, yeah, but it takes a little extra help from Pikachu.
She only likes the flute when Pikachu's been fucking...
Yeah.
I had apples thrown at him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I misspoke. That was Zapdos.
Oh, Jesus.
Moltres is the one...
Well, god damn it, it's out on the internet now. You said it.
I know.
Well,
they have to listen to the whole podcast, or hopefully we don't get angry comments, people are like, "You're wrong, that's Zapdos."
Oh my god, how do you not know this?
Moltres is in there though. He's in the volcano level.
Just chilling like a villain.
Yep. You gotta push him off into the lava. So you do it. And you can call like 900 Charmanders. If you just keep throwing apples, they will just come around the bend.
Is the whole premise of this game to throw fucking apples?
You throw apples and stink bombs. You know, sometimes you gotta agitate them a little bit. Because,
Why don't I
if they're
remember
agitated, this? Professor Oak gets a hard on. He likes it. I swear to God, when you've played it. When you turn in the picture, he'll be like, "Ooh, he looks agitated."
I remember none of this.
Oh, well, he says that.
He looks agitated.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Extra 400 points. He looks agitated." Alright, enough about Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, fuck Pokemon.
Oh my god. I can't remember. So you're talking about you played Super Nintendo games, and then we moved on to Game Boy.
Yeah, I remember actually, like, when I was in school, obviously, a lot of kids were into video games, but not, like, they like me, I would play anything you put in front of me, and I would, play the shit out of it. Like, when everyone started clicking onto Pokemon, I was like, yes, everyone loves video games. This is fucking beautiful. It's fantastic. And then when Pokemon started to die out, I was actually that kid that tried to bring in, like, a new game and try and make it cool. I was like, hey, guys, you played this game called Wario Land? Or Wario Land. It's fantastic. And they'd be like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And they'd just be off doing something else, collecting football stickers. And I'd be like, motherfuckers. So I'm just sitting there myself on my Game Boy like, cool, this is fun. I love life.
I got super into, like, 5th grade, I got really into Pokemon. And I collected, like, Pokemon cards and shit. And I was friends with several other girls we all got really into Sailor Moon for a while.
So what you're saying is you were in the cool crew at school?
The exact opposite, actually.
Wow.
I mean, contrary to popular belief. I was not very cool. After that, I didn't really get into anything until, like, high school. I played stuff here and there, like, with my brother. But we kind of, for some reason, we skipped some generations of consoles. We had, like, a Nintendo 64, and played a few things on that, and then got a Sega Genesis. And then from there, it went to, like, we never had a PlayStation 1. We went from, like, Sega Genesis to, like, PlayStation 2.
Holy shit, that is one jump.
It was fucking crazy. And I did the same thing when I got an Xbox. Also, I didn't do, like, the original Xbox. I went from, like, PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360.
Trisha, you're missing out on so many good games.
I know this.
We need to get you up to speed. We're gonna have a 6-month crash course where you and I are just gonna sit on the couch and not move, and I'm gonna
play
take you through.
Shit. Luckily, from like in the last 10 years, I've gotten a chance to play a lot of stuff that was on like GameCube and stuff like that. GameCube is so underrated. It was such a good console.
I loves me some GameCube.
It's a fun time.
And a fun time was had by all.
I sure did. There were a couple of Zelda games on there. They did the reboot of Resident Evil on there. Yes. That was fun. Super Smash.
Love me some Smash.
It's a good time.
And Eternal Darkness. You can't mention GameCube without Eternal Darkness.
Yes. It'll give you nightmares for weeks.
Yes. That game will make you shit the bed for real.
For reals, though.
Not speaking from personal experience. I mean, I know some kids. Kids at school.
Heard it through the grapevine.
Shit bed, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Moving swiftly onwards.
Before I start breaking out into song. Let's see. So the first game that I actually, like, remember, I guess, that turned me into a gamer for whatever reason was Prince of Persia: Sands of Time on PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah.
my brother just decided that he was done with his PlayStation 2, so he gave it to me
Mm.
with a couple of games, and I played that, and I, like, for some reason just couldn't put it down. I just kept playing it until I beat it. And then after I finished, I remember being like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
I
So
never
I, like,
actually.
immediately went to the store and was trying to find some games, and I felt like really embarrassed because I felt like nerdy or something, and I
Yeah.
like went and talked to because the guy that was like the cashier or whatever saw me looking around and like asked me if I was looking for a game for myself or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I played this game, do you have like other games like that? And I think he suggested to me like God of War, I believe.
All right.
So I played that, played the shit out of that.
I'd never
Played that.
tried God of War until last year when I actually got my PS3 and I
Mm-hmm.
got God of War Ascension with it. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure what to expect, but I fucking loved it. I
Yeah.
need to pick up like some other games in the series because I really enjoyed that game a lot more than I probably should have.
It was super fun, and for somebody like me who was like just really getting into gaming at that point, it's like it's not a complicated game. It's basically like a beat 'em up style
Mm,
kind of game.
yeah.
So you don't have to. It's not like you're fucking have to be precision or anything like playing a shooter. So I remember I played the first one and the second one
Hmm.
pretty quick, back to back. And I don't really remember what I played after that. I at some point started getting into some RPG type games like Fallout,
Mm,
and then it fucking went downhill from there,
well, shit.
or uphill, depending on how you look at it.
There was a hill involved.
Yeah, uphill both ways in the snow.
Yep. You fucking know that
Fallout
shit.
3 is like one of those nostalgia type games for me.
Mm.
I could pick it up anytime to be like, yes, I fucking love this game so much.
I wasn't like overly into Fallout 3.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I loved games like Oblivion and like
Oblivion is fantastic.
Morrowind, and someone had said to me, "Oh, you love those games? You should try Fallout 3. You'll love it." And it is good. I need to give it a second chance,
Mm-hmm.
admittedly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the whole gun thing just didn't get me. Like, what's the thing called where you can do like slow mo, like bullet time sort of thing?
Oh, yeah. With your Pip Boy.
Yeah, that
It's like
thing.
it's a targeting system.
Yeah. That's it. And I didn't like that. I thought that was pretty game breaking. It's
Really?
just my opinion. Yeah, I know. I just it didn't. I felt like I was doing it a lot more than I really should be. I felt like anytime I was getting in a sticky situation, I was like, I'm going to use this fucking
Yeah.
targeting thing, and everything's going to be gravy.
That helped me a lot at first because by the time I had gotten to that game, I don't think I was really good at shooter type games. So it actually helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
But now going back, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. So.
yeah. I guess
Well, it just
maybe
depends. I love everything about that game. Just the whole like theme, and there's so much that they put into it. Just like Oblivion, there's so much like you put into your weapons and your armor, and there's so
Mm,
much shit to do. You can be evil or good if you want to.
yeah. I'm definitely going to have to give it a second chance. It's just I find like I need like a week off work to start a game like that because I get
Mm-hmm.
really heavily invested in
It's
RPGs.
true.
So I can't just like pick them up for 2 hours and then put them down. I need to just sit and blitz them. I
Yeah,
need I need to be in the game.
I'm exactly the same way. You start a game and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit! It's like 10 hours later.
Mm.
These games are so much fun, though. I love it.
Oh man.
I was just having a discussion about Skyrim the other day,
Mhm.
and how do you feel? Like, what are your feelings about Oblivion versus Skyrim?
Um, I guess I'm a much bigger fan of Oblivion, definitely. Um, Skyrim's good.
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have the same level of commitment as I did when I played Oblivion. Like
Mm-hmm.
Oblivion, I would just sit with that game for hours upon hours,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like it was time was passing so quickly. Whereas Skyrim, I just couldn't get I couldn't really get into it as much.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just like me. Like nowadays, like I don't find it easy to get into a game. Like I find it harder to get fully invested in a game now
Yeah.
compared to like a few years ago.
Yeah,
Jesus, I can't form sentences anymore.
no, I feel the same way. You've heard me. I fucking I can't fucking talk today.
Words and sentences.
What is the words that I'm saying?
Words, all of them. Sentences complete.
I feel exactly the same way though. Like I feel like a story really has to grab me, you know? Like I have to really be enticed by a story to want to sit down and play a game.
Yeah.
It's not just all about fucking going out and killing things or whatever.
Mm.
So I feel the same actually. Like I really enjoyed Skyrim. I did put a lot of time into it. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just because I felt like Oblivion was much more like ominous. You know what I mean? Like it had such a more like dark story to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really like the whole Dark Brotherhood quest series. I like that a lot better in Oblivion than Skyrim.
I remember playing Oblivion years ago, and you remember how you could get turned into a vampire? I think it's if you do the Dark Brotherhood to a certain level, you get the option.
They offer to like turn you into a vampire.
So me sitting there, I'm like, fucking yes, I want to be a vampire. Fucking that sounds dynamite. And then there's this bit, I think it's really far on in the game, and you're in one of the Oblivion gates, and then when you get transported out of it, you're in like the middle of, I don't quote me if this is wrong, it's like a desert or something, or you're in the middle of fucking nowhere, and you can't hide indoors. So I'm out there in the middle of the fucking day, and you've no idea how many times I reloaded my save to try and run to hide indoors at some point to avoid being killed by the sunlight. I mean, that shit busted my balls for fucking ages. That was one of the most.
That shit fucking sucks.
Ugh.
Didn't they do in Skyrim? You had the chance to be a werewolf, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure you did.
Yeah, that's ringing a bell.
I don't think that there were any like super cool effects though that it had on you, if I remember correctly. But I remember that whole thing. I don't know why, but just like the whole creepy vibe of Oblivion.
Did you ever play Morrowind?
No, I didn't. Wasn't that on Xbox though? Original Xbox? Yeah,
yes,
that's
it
why
was,
I didn't
and
play
it was the tits.
That's why I didn't play it. But
you need a big slice of that in your life.
Isn't Morrowind where all the dark elves live?
I think so, yeah.
I think that is because that's a race that I always play as the dark elves. But I found out later because I think they have like a little homage to it in Skyrim.
Yeah.
About Morrowind or whatever. Anyway, that was irrelevant.
Very much so, but nonetheless.
Dark elves for life.
Dark elves rule. Is that your motherfucking phone?
Oh, it is. God,
Jesus Christ!
I'm so sorry.
Damn it! Please be fucking professional.
I'm so sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ! I swear I'm farting.
I can't talk today. I'm like saying weird shit and making noises. My phone's going off. I'm fired, aren't I? I'm fired.
No, you're not fired.
Okay.
Maybe once I get a couple other people, I'm gonna fire.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Oh, awesome. Just awesome, Trisha. Alright, well, was there any other topics you wanted to talk about before we wrap up?
Can't really think of anything for this week. Without going into like another hour-long bullshitting debate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think we need to have some serious practice at staying on topic.
We talked about, the first games that got you into gaming, right?
The first games that got into you.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're right. You're right. I find myself as like I try to talk about something, and then I'm just like a kid that sees a balloon flying in front of them. I'm like, oh shit, let's chase this one.
That's pretty much how I expected it to go. Is how it went. I knew we were gonna get off topic. That shit happens.
I'm really happy with the way this has went for the first podcast.
Me too.
I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm. Freaking Pokemons.
Pokemons, all of them, please.
Skyrim.
Yep, that one.
Freaking Dovahkiin.
Yeah, so at least we've learned a few things in this podcast, at least.
We did learn a few things.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea what we're going to talk about next time?
Next time, I think next time we should talk about games that have scared us either as a child or now.
Mm-hmm.
What
are those games that fucking scared the Jesus out of you?
Scared the bejesus out of me.
No, save it for next time.
Oh, just let me say.
I was asking the viewers.
Let me say one.
Okay.
The fucking scariest game I've ever played. The scariest game. Did you ever play that fucking Hannah Montana game? That game is bullshit.
No,
John, do you know John fucking loves that game? I know John's going to be listening to this. Hi, John.
Serious?
No, John, if you speak to him, we'll try and get him on the podcast at some point. He has some bizarre love for this game. Like, he was determined to get me to play it. He's like, you need to try it. It's actually not that bad. I'm not just playing it for achievements. You need to try this.
What do you even do in it?
I don't even know. It's like a series of mini games.
Oh.
But yeah, that scarred me for life.
Hannah Montana.
Every time I see that bitch on TV, I just hide under the covers.
She's scary.
Yeah.
See her in my dreams.
See you in my dreams.
Like a wrecking ball. See what I did there?
See what you done there. That was very, very clever.
That was awful. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. I'll love it.
Alright, well thanks so much for listening.
Yeah, if you've made it this far, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So congrats on
sticking
existing.
with us through phones going off and,
Yeah, all the fucking bullshit chit chat. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the podcast. If there's anything you didn't like about it, feel free to leave a comment below.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know what you thought. If you have any
topics that you'd in particular like us to talk about, let us know that as well.
In fact, you know what? Here's one question I just want to find out. What was your favourite Pokemon when you were growing up? Because I want to see if I was the only freak out there that liked Articuno. It seems quite a lot of people like you and John and many of my friends loved Gengar. So I want to see if anyone's got any uncommon favourites.
Poison Pokemon for life.
Yeah. All about
right.
that ice baby.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Okay, bye.